Well, good morning, my friends. This is number 96 of 365. This one's called Frozen. It's Frozen. I start at 5. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that wherever you are is doing good for you. It's me, it's Paul Carpenter. This is number 96 of 365, and it's called It's Frozen. Hey, have you ever woken up and said to yourself, holy crap, I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. I've seen snow in Houston once before, but I've never seen the streets frozen to the point where it's like people are having to pull ice off the windows, and I mean, it's just not a good picture. The roads are frozen, the streets are frozen. This is Houston, Texas we're talking about. We're living in the Gulf Coast region, and to see this kind of snow and ice is a bit overwhelming. And so I'm like, look, there's people having to put, like, they're scratching off the ice off of the windows over here. Look at this. I've never seen this in all of my life. Never seen this. That's the craziest thing in the world, what we're seeing today. People having to scratch off the ice off of their windows. It's frozen. Have you ever been frozen before? Like really cold? To the point where you're like, this is ridiculous. This is just silly. I'm saying oh my God to my neighbor. She's looking at me like, I know, right? Yeah, so today I wanted to ask, have you ever been so cold that this is what you made someone feel? Have you ever been so fucking cold on the inside that you made somebody else feel like they were in a tundra? What did that do to you? Did that make you feel good? Did that give you a moment of power? A moment of ego? Where you were like, I'm better than that person? Or, haha, I made that person finally feel the pain that they've made me feel all this time. You know what I mean, right? And so, here, let's turn that down. And so, let's even open the windows. I bet it's freezing. So, the whole thing is like, what is it that we can do to not be that in our lives, to not be that frozen character? That even after somebody's hurt you, or even after somebody said something really negative to you, you're still able to be a beautiful person to that person. And you don't allow that negativity into your existence. It's the only way to really try and be the best you can be, And so, although it's a little tough, it's not hard. It's not impossible. Junior, it's beautiful, man. It's really gorgeous. Here, let's do it together. I'll bring you guys here again. Let me switch this around for you. It's nice. It's a beautiful day, actually. It's like 20 degrees here in Houston. So 20 for us is like absolutely insanity. So it's quite the much. But it is quite beautiful. It is quite beautiful. And, Frozen. I'm going back to my thing. So, what can you do that even though you're cold, to keep yourself warm? Ooh, that's a good one, Paul. Great analogy. Good mixes. So, what can you do? What can you do in your life to Zach, I'm literally driving like 2 miles an hour. I'm just driving around to make the video. It was really nothing crazy. I'm already back here at the garage. Oh, look, the art garage. So, what I was saying was, what can we do? In life, we can put on jackets and we can put on extra layers of clothes to not be frozen. So I wonder if you can put on extra layers of positivity, extra layers of compassion for those in your life that you're angry at, that make you feel cold. So that when you hang out with them, you have extra layers of warmth around you so that their cold cannot penetrate you. And if their cold does penetrate you, it just feels like a cool wind. And it doesn't bug you. And I say that because, I know for a fact that I feel as though at times in my life I really try and I really give a lot. And it may not seem like a lot from everybody else, but from me and from my shoes and from my little cup that I have, or large cup that I have, which doesn't have a lot of water, or whatever you want to call it, it's a lot for me, and it's hard for me to do whatever it is that I'm doing. And maybe that's because I've never pushed myself really, really hard, which I don't see because I've pushed myself really hard, but that's not the point. But maybe there's that in there. You have to be aware enough to be aware enough. You can't just say, everything's just blah, 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 and it's all blah, 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 blah. You can't do that either. You got to be respectful with it as well. And so, what can we do to keep ourselves warm around those who make us feel cold? And the more that we can learn to keep that warmth and find layers that we can put on ourselves so that when we do hang out with somebody that is cold or makes us feel that way, that they can't affect us because we have layers of warmth, layers of light, layers of love, layers of compassion that don't allow us to get angry, that don't allow us to get depressed. And the reason for that is because we're connecting to our higher self. That's it. Don't be frozen. There's no need to be. Start a fire. Start a fire. Carry a torch with you wherever you go so that you can light a fire wherever you are in the hearts of those around you. With that, my friends, please, I beg you, go out to the world today, do something nice for somebody else if you can't do something nice for yourself. Number 2, don't get caught up in all the crazy stuff because they all end up in here anyways. And number 3, if you would not mind, please like, share, subscribe. I'll try to go through this really quickly. If you would not mind, you can go to my Patreon, Paul David Carpenter, and you can actually support me from $1 all the way to $8,000 a month because I'm hoping that Mr. Beast, I've even been writing him letters on YouTube saying, please help me because I make videos every day and it would be really nice if you could support me. And it'd be great. Patreon, if you don't want to do that and you want to do it a different way, do it Cash App with the number symbol, and then it's mentally HYP 2018. If you don't like Zuckerberg and you don't like YouTube, you don't like Facebook, but you like the YouTube, then because that sounds smart, go to YouTube /Paul David Carpenter. You can watch this video right after I post it here. I usually post it over there, usually sometimes right after, sometimes the day after, so I don't know. So if you really want to catch me all the way in the red, like on the fly, it's always on Facebook. That's Facebook /mentally HYPFAN. That's Mentally Hip Fan. That's my fan page, which I usually post this on the fan page. Then I'll also paste this obviously on my regular page. And sometimes there's a lot of people who are out there who are really beautiful who post and share this video and have shared all of the 365. Zach, I know you're watching. Thank you. And Junior, I love you too. Thank you. I just went on to Mr. Beast's gaming channel. And on his gaming channel, in the last video, I posted a thing about how I make videos every day and how I'm looking for a sponsor and how I would be blessed if he would do it for me. And that I have this idea that I just want to travel around the world and meet people who are magical and then help them with money and prizes and give them something, as I travel all over the world. Instead of having to have people go to Mr. Beast, I want to be the guy that goes out to meet everybody and show the travel and me meeting people, and then me meeting somebody randomly and saying, hey, you're the random person for this video and here's $10,000. So go change your life. And maybe we go on the first part of that journey and see their story and what they do with that money. And then maybe we even come back 6 months later or something and we find out what happened, in their life with that $10,000 and how it changed the story and what it changed. Maybe it didn't change. Maybe it got worse. Maybe we need to go back and help them again. Who knows? But that's the idea, of the Running Gambit. So that's the idea. That's whole, when I always ask for people, when I'm like, please sponsor me, please send me some money. If I had sponsorship money, if I had real money behind me, I promise you that's all I would do. I would travel around the world. I'd have really cool magic tricks that I do. I would perform those magic tricks, maybe 1 or 2 magic tricks per episode. Nothing all day long magic. It wouldn't be that. And then I would meet somebody along the journey, somebody randomly, that is just good and fun, and the experience is there of the people that I meet through the magic that I do. And then through them, we then find their story. We find out what they do, what's magical about their life. And then I say, wow, this is awesome. I can't wait to see you do much better. And they go, oh, well, I wish I had, $5,000 to $10,000. And then I go, there's your 5 or 10 grand. And they're like, oh, I can do it. And then I'm like, yeah. And on top of that, we're going to help you get there. So it's not just give you the money. It's now let's build this thing that you wanted to build. And so telling that story and then going into who they are, what they want to build, how they want to build it, all the social media networks, all the, marketing tools and all that stuff for each story. And now that's what I want to do. So that's the idea. So with that, my friends, you've reached the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspired you to come up with some kind of crazy idea like I just came up with and say, you know what? I can, I will, and I can. If you ever watched my, is the thing at the end of my Running Gambit video is choice, attitude, and never giving up. It's I can. It's actually intention, choice, attitude, never giving up. I can. Intention, choice, attitude, never giving up. As long as you do that, you got this world covered. I love you. Thank you for watching. I blessing you. Blessing you. I wish you nothing but love and happiness today. And thank you for watching. Thank you. I love you all so much. I will see you all on the other side.